All right, good evening, everybody. This is Dark Now, be your caster for tonight. Division C West matchup between Animaniacs and Spooky Ghosts. We actually had a little delay, and Animaniacs just finished actually another match just before this, so they're doing, I guess, a doubleheader on their matches for tonight. I guess I can update you real quickly on what was banned and selected. We do have Animaniacs being the home team, and they won the toss. They ended up banning Towers of Doom in Battlefield of Eternity, with Cursed Hollow and Braxis Holdout being banned out. By Spooky Ghosts. Then Spooky Ghosts had map pick and selected Infernal Shrines. Hoku, of course, here for the Artanis picks. Looks like both teams are ready. Looking at the standings with their just 2-1 victory earlier today, moves Animaniacs up, I believe now ahead of CCS in the standings. Animaniacs have actually played, I think, the second fewest or amount of matches this season so far, or in Division C so far, so they have a little bit of catching up to do, but 6 before today and then 7 with the last match that they just played. With those 3 points puts them, actually it doesn't move them up ahead. It would put them at 26 points since it was a 2-1, but still with 2 games behind CCS, if they get another 2-1 victory, they would tie, and if they get a domination, they would pull ahead. All right, looks like we're ready and going on the way. Game number 1. OG here for the Abathur picks. I don't think Abathur has been selected that often at all. Look at the stats. Abathur has been picked. Hasn't been picked in Division C West, whereas Artanis has been picked 7 times. Yeah, there's no Abba picks in Division C West. We have Animaniacs with first pick, opting to ban out Blaze. Blaze again, one of the high priority either picks or bans. Currently with a 63.9% popularity, being banned out 13% of the time. Very solid off-lane tank. Or bruiser. And we do have an Ana ban against Animaniacs. Would make sense. Reminds me of when you play Storm League and run into players that are called Butcher or Zeratul, then you ban out that because they probably play it. Second ban from the side of Animaniacs is Mephisto. And then we do have the continued domination of Johanna either being banned or picked with a 90% popularity in Division C West. Johanna still has proven to be actually a very solid tank with the 62.2 win rate so far. You have Anduin with the first pick. I'd imagine Spooky Ghost might want to try to secure their healer before the next round of bans. Drafting offlane Butcher.
Victory for the Hogger, hunt them down.
We have Sylvanas and Hogger being picked up by Spooky Ghosts. I mean, why not? Draft offlane Butcher. Let's go for it. We do see a Anubarak into Haka. Let me get my remote to work for stream. Ah, there you go, it worked. I think it makes things a little bit easier for me to switch between scenes. With the second ban, we do have Falstad being taken out by Spooky Ghosts. Imagine Healer, probably be a target ban here. Or a tank. And there we have the tank ban on Varian. Although that does leave quite a few different healers up for Spooky Ghosts. And Maniacs opting to get rid of Varian. With the Hogger and Sylvanas, he has to say Diablo. Right on cue. Diablo and Rhaegar, both very strong in the meta right now. I think Rhaegar probably has the second or third most pick in Division C West. So no, it's actually 31% popularity. Huh, a lot lower than I thought. But Diablo does have a popularity of 50%. We do see Hanzo and Nazebo. We've seen a excuse me, increase in play in Nazebo this season. Across the board, you've seen Nazebo actually being picked quite often. 27%, but actually higher than Li Ming and Dahaka as far as popularity. And we do have the last pick round from the Spooky Ghosts with Tychus. With that, I'll put up a prediction for you all. And we'll see you shortly. There we go. If you heard a little background noise, forgot I had the sounds stream in the background. Get a free 3-second advertisement. Move over to the map select real quickly. For those of you who are just joining us. And with that, okay. We're now in game. Moving over to right on the side of Spooky Ghost, we have Erica with a K on the Hogger, Boundary X on the Sylvanas, Kaleidos on the Tychus, and people are all bunched up, so I can't read their names. Rokoth on Diablo, and Little Wolf on the Rhaegar. On the side of Animaniacs, Sir Watson on Dahaka, Asmo Don Trump on Nazebo, Ricketts on the Hanzo, Django on the Anduin, and Sodium on the Anubarak. We have our typical mid lane handshake. Hogger getting a little low, but able to get away. We do have both teams moving into the rotations, and of course, whenever we have a gazebo, we're going to be watching for those stats of Voodoo Ritual. So far with 11. Obviously, you can see the bottom. We do have Spooky Ghosts move in to take their siege camp. All the while, and Maniacs makes the call for the bottom siege camp and is able to secure it before Diablo is able to check. And a good move on Animaniacs to able to secure that bottom. Looks like Diablo trying to say hello to Animaniacs while they're doing their siege camp. We do have Sir Watson on Dahaka getting some of the mid-soak with Hogger slowing down, or trying to slow down that rotation. Was going mid, but then looked like their team helped out with that mid-soak. Obviously, what we're going to be looking for is those Hogger spins on the objective, and Sir Watson getting rather low. Looks like it's about that time. And both on cue, actually, head over to their respective bruiser camp. Obviously with the Haka, slight edge as far as being able to clear that bruiser camp a bit and then join the team with the shrine at the bottom. We do have Animaniacs posture themselves right away, try to get an early advantage. We do have the Haka, as mentioned earlier, trying to clear that bruiser camp. And we do Hogger going, and yeah, there we go. That spin to win. And just caught a bad corner, but was able to get it going for quite a while and able to secure 23, 24 of the... I forget what these are called. The Shrine Monkeys, Shrine Minions, Shrine Skeletons. 36-13, and Spooky Ghost able to secure the first objective, but meanwhile, Dahaka pushed with their bruiser camp and actually got quite a bit of value. Good move on the side of Animaniacs. And especially with the first Punisher, there's a argument to be made to let the first one go, and if you look at the comparison, able to get the top forward to less than a third. And even with the objective, Spooky Ghost actually came out losing in that trade. We do have Spooky Ghost invading, but thought I would see a dig, but Dahaka opting to stay top and continue the push. Now with Hogger having to respond, we have both teams right about the same as far as XP. Spooky Ghost able to pick up their own siege camp. And we do see all the 5 members of Animaniacs together with mid lane, with Rhaegar bottom and Hogger top, but Hogger moving down to join. Diablo briefly caught in the Nazibel zombie wall, but able to get away. We did see Dahaka move back top. Diablo move into the bush near the siege camp of Animaniacs. However, with level 10s online, playing a little bit more aggressive, we do have a Shockwave, Mind Control, Odin, Apocalypse, and Ancestral Healing. Never Bloodlust, unfortunately. We do have now 10s being picked up. And interestingly, we do have Adaptation from Dahaka. You don't see that being picked too often. Cocoon, Light Bomb, Ravenous Spirit, and Hanzo is holding on. Either we'll get the arrow or the better ult. Hogger moving in mid. Looks like it's going to opt to then start their own bruiser camp with the next shrine mid. Animaniacs respond by also starting their own. Hogger trying to get some value in that top lane again. Hogger able to do that camp by themselves. Well, we do see Animaniacs having to commit 2. We do have a scuffle going on in mid lane. With that, Hogger looking to set up. See if we can get that perfect spin to win. And we do have it. Very good job. We do have the cocoon being used on the Taikas with arrow coming out. Ancestral healing being used. Dahaka having to use adaptation to survive. All the while fighting under the Hogger spin. The members of Animaniacs getting down low. Uses Shockwave, but not able to get a stun to land. But all the while, Nazebo going spider build, able to pump out a bit of damage. We do have Light Bomb going in, and we have a 3-person stun. Hogger spinning to get out, but we do see a noob going down, and the objective secured. Hogger does go down to Hanzo. Hanzo able to get out, but the Haka goes down as well. We have Ravenous Spirits being used. Diablo able to interrupt it and then secure the kill. And if you're Animaniacs, you did not want to see this, especially with the Sylvanas now able to use Black Arrows to turn off that board. It looks like going to be marching over to the mid heap, and with a rather healthy Punisher, looks like they at least get half of this, right? Potentially all. We did have Hogger back off. Arrow used again, missing. Still does not have the trait again, but it looks like, yes, we do have a keep with the Light Bomb being used again, only catching Rhaegar. We do have Cocoon being used on Tychus, but it looks like, oh, we do have Mind Control used on Sodium, and Sodium getting low, going down. Oh wow, we do have another chase on Dahaka and going down. Immediately, the members of Spooky Ghost, again with Black Arrows up for Sylvana, is able to secure the bottom fort. And just like that, Spooky Ghost is able to secure 2 forts and a keep with the second objectives. Exciting sequence of events. We do have them retreating back to the bottom camp, looking to paint the map red, with the Hawk and Hogger going back to their respective lanes. But I'll give them some love. I'd rather see this, right, than teams taking camps. With that, we do have members of Maniacs trying to get some soak and clear the camp, but with 16s about to be online, see if we can have, or if we see Spooky Ghosts be a little bit more aggressive and try to take advantage of their about almost 2 level lead, just under 2. We do have Diablo face checking, but New Barak able to burrow away. And with that bottom siege camp, looks like Spooky Ghost, seeing that the bottom next up shrine will be bottom lane, trying to get some more value to weaken up this bottom lane for potentially the next Punisher if they do secure it. Hawker's still trying to hold off the Hawker's soak top lane and save that fort, able to do so. We do see the members of Spooky Ghost now moving aggressively to take that Bruiser camp, and that's exactly what you need to do, kind of impose your advantage, but opting to back off, surprisingly. I would have thought that you could just take this. There's not much really that Animaniacs could do, but opting for the safer play, securing their own Bruiser camp. Now we have both, but I imagine the Hawkeye's going to be doing the same type of strategy, getting that top soak, and now doing some damage using adaptation to get some of the damage. I don't think that's something that is worthwhile trading, but you will see that top fort going down. With that, we do have Hogger already spinning on the objective at the bottom with members. It's a 4v5 right now. We do have Light Bomb able to not secure any stuns. We do have the Cocoon being used, but Hogger able to break it up with the spin. We have APOC combo landing on a noob. And with that, the third objective now being secured. We do have that top camp that it's about to die, but can technically take that keep if left alone. We do have Hawker trying to secure a little bit more camp advantage. Meanwhile, the Punisher gets to the bottom E. Sylvana's using Black Arrows to turn off the keep, and likely going to be going down. Punisher jumps on Django, but able to scuttle away. Punisher now quickly being melted, but Spooky Ghosts are in the territory. Dahaka does go down. And Odin being now used. And with that, can Animaniacs muster defense? We do have Rhaegar being focused. With the core at 80%, we do have a nuke going down. Ravenous Spirits does secure a kill on the Rhaegar, however, with the core at 58%, members of Animaniacs, or sorry, or Spooky Ghost opting to get out. And that's where it's kind of difficult to finish into a Hanzo and a Nazebo. We did have Nazebo reach at this point. 184 stacks. So you have APOC being used on the bottom. It's just Tychus and Diablo, and if they're not careful, Diablo should be okay, but you do not want the Tychus to go on. We do have Mind Control being used. The stun from Hogger misses, but with that, we do have the Haka digging and going down. Tychus surviving with only 200 health. With now 20s online within a matter of seconds for Spooky Ghosts. This is where it's a challenging decision for Spooky Ghost. Do you make the play to try to end or go safe? I imagine that unlikely that Animaniacs would get 20 before the next objective. Should be within about a couple 20 seconds or so before we see the next objective coming up. And I wouldn't think they would have enough time. We do have the Bush gank. The focus on the Hanzo, able to get away. We did have no control. Dark Lady's Call, Big Red Button, Hellgate, and Farseer's Blessing. So with that, we do have a few camps pushing. Now we have the objective up, and it doesn't seem like Animaniacs will. I guess they can maybe get some of that soap there. This is likely when you want to have the Dahaka be... Yeah. You want the Dahaka down here to get that soak, and actually they'll probably get it. Just about. We do have Spooky Ghost setting up. Dahaka sharking around the backside, trying to clear that camp. Never mind. We have Hawk already spinning away. Sir Watson on the Dahaka. Pings coming out. We do have the light bomb land on the Savannas, but it's able to use plans to get out. APOC going down. Interrupts the Ravenous Spirit, and Rogoth very low, able to get away, but we do have Hogger getting a bad spin, going down. We do have both Bruisers taken out. And that's those Spiders. Ooh, they're starting to hurt. We do have 20s online now for Animaniacs with Adaptation, Upgrade, Rewind, Pierce, Upgrade of Spirit, and Stun on Hanzo. We do have Sodium on Anuba Rap. Going down, and with that Hanzo, oh, Hanzo able to use the wall and agility to get away with less than 100 health, but looks like the objective will be going down, or going on the side of Spooky Ghost, and with that we do have the Punisher marching now mid lane with the objective towards a core with shielding at 58%, but still with Dahaka still about 5 seconds away. A new 20 might be a difficult defense as well as, yeah, bottom. We do have Mind Control going out on Dahaka, having to use Trait, and Adaptation now used again just to survive. The Punisher is getting melted rather quickly. We do have Arrow use, lands on no one. Light bomb combo on the Rhaegar. We do have Nazeeba going down, which you do not want. And with that, the Punisher is starting to get rid of the shielding. Anub goes down, as well as Anduin. And lastly, only Dahaka. Not able to do much. With that, we do have game 1. Going over to Spooky Ghosts. And a very exciting matchup with the first objective. Spooky Ghost getting the objective, but Animaniacs able to counter with the Dahaka, getting some value. However, that strategy seemed to, as far as getting Dahaka to get that soak, didn't work out in the next objectives. Then we move over to the game statistics. A 15-3 kill advantage on the side of Spooky Ghost. Overall, very well played. Augur played exceptionally well by Eric with the K, able to get exceptional spins. I approve of them. We do have Tychus and Augur actually both doing a lot of damage. Nazeeba did get their stacks, however, not able to secure enough kills. Maybe a little too late. Both healers about the same. Record getting a little bit of value there. And lastly, showing you the talents. I will note that it was interesting to see adaptation. I do feel that the isolation definitely would have gotten value, especially isolation with the cocoon, able to effectively take out 2 of the opposing team members, allowing you to focus. Oh yeah, we do have to award the channel points. Choose outcome. We did have Spooky Ghosts. And with that, update the stats. Having Spooky Ghosts win, and it looks like we haven't selected nothing yet as far as where we're going. We do have Tomb showing. So it looks like we're going to be going to Tomb. Spooky Ghosts did select map. So Animaniacs opting to get first pick again. Again, for those who joined us a little bit later, we did have, as far as our bands, Animaniacs banning out Towers of Doom and a Battlefield of Eternity. Spooky Ghosts with the bands of Cursed Hollow and Braxis. So unfortunately, Hoku, no Artanis maps. But I guess every map is an Artanis map. But going back to that matchup again, Spooky Ghost able to get quite a bit of a lead and then just able to control the map. And with Animaniacs not really able to get any sort of pressure or kills. That second objective really kind of pushed them ahead as far as Spooky goes, able to secure 2 forts and a keep. But the second objective is rather substantial. The key being it 2-3 members of Animaniacs going down, especially Nazebo. Spooky Ghost then able to use Sylvana's trait value to secure the fort and a keep, as well as the bottom fort, really opening up the map as far as an advantage for Spooky Ghost. Now we're going to be going to another wave clear map with Tomb of the Spider Queen. And as Valky said, Nazebo meta. I think as far as it's only Division C that we see Nazebo. If I look at all of NGS, what's Nazebo's popularity? I imagine all of NGS, it's probably a lot lower than 27 point something percent. Before this match, so it's probably now like 30%. Where is Nazebo? Referencing quickly to my so yeah, NGS wide 15.5%, but in C West it's a lot higher as far as popularity. And at minimum, with that loss, even if Animaniacs able to do the reverse sweep and able to get 2 wins, they would only get 3 points, which would put them in a tie with CCS, at least with the games that they have played as of today. That is to note, though, Animaniacs did just play a 3-game series right before this, so any of you have ever played baseball and done back-to-backs? Can be draining. With that, it looks like we're still waiting on something. Okay, both teams are ready now, and the countdown began. Now we're going to be moving over to game number 2, draft. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's see if we have the similar bands as last time. Although I imagine Animaniacs might ban out either the Diablo or Rhaegar. We do have Mephisto. Obviously that looks like a target ban. And Anna. Never Anna. Feels bad. Ban Anna. Let's see. Ooh, who plays? This is always a really good. We do have then the Taika's being banned out. Taika's able to do quite a bit of work. Also Odin, pretty good on this particular map. providing him quite a bit of siege and wave clear, helping with the defense and help and pushing with the objective. With that, we do have Joe again being banned out. This time we see a reversal as Maniacs, Cryo taking that silver away from Spooky Ghosts. Sylvanas did quite a bit of work in game number 1, pushing in with the objectives. And we see a double global coming out from the side of Spooky Ghost with Dahaka and Falstad. Although Tomb of the Spider Queen, not the largest map, potential for rotations, plenty of bushes for Dahaka. Then we see Varian and Deckard. Are we gonna see a Varian Deckard Nazebo combo? Taunt into the zombie wall with the root. We do have Blaze being banned out. Like to see a Greymane. You have a Greymane ban. Off lane smash Varian. I mean, that is the better of the ones, right? I'm just glad you didn't say Twin Blades. We do have with that next to pick Scarosh and Anduin. And then we have Malthael and Vala. Vala actually made it through all the way to the last of the 2 picks for Animaniacs. Again, Vala, one of the heroes that tends to be prioed, either banned or picked. And we have a Viev. Spicy pick. We've been seeing more and more Mayavs being picked in Division C, at least based on what I've seen in the past. With that, we'll move over to game number 2 in a bit. With that, welcome back. Last time I introduced spooky ghosts first, so started with Animaniacs. This time we have Sir Watson of the Maltail, Brickets on the Deckard Cain, Sodium on the Varian, and oh, we do have a pause. So I'll pause on that. Looks like one of the members. Oh, never mind.
5, 4,
Now we're back.
3, 2, 1.
So, Sir Watson, as I was saying, Sir Watson on the Maltail, Asmodon Trump, on the Deckard Cain, Django, on the Bala, Ricketts on the Sylvanas. You try to do a bottom, get some value on the side of Spooky Ghost Rogoth on the Garrosh, Elidas, Falstad, Boundary, Hex on the Maiev, Little Wolf on the Anduin, and Eric with a K on the Dahaka. We have once again, Maniacs opting to kind of let a double push from them out to a double soak, I should say. With that, we do have members of Spooky Ghosts rather low, and as of right now, Animaniacs without a real tank, you could say. Did I put up the prediction I should have? Oh, I did. Thought I didn't put it. Yeah, Arcane. Div C starting to look like Div Maya. Well, that's what I was about to say. Just from my knowledge and experience in Division C in the past, not a hero you would see often in Division C. Something you would see more often in the higher divisions. We do have, with that variant going down, not having that extra health pool from being a real tank just yet. First blood going in favor of Spooky Ghost, and with that then opting to help and rotate. Whoa, and the tongue on the Maltail with 21 gems. You do not want to go down with that being a substantial amount of gems being lost. Looks like they're opting to tag team switch, with now Dahaka focusing on the bottom lane. And which is good. This is exactly what you want if you're Spooky Ghost. You want to be controlling top and mid. If you're forced to be in bottom, you're effectively kind of taking some of the power away of having a Garrosh. We did have Spooky Ghosts. Sorry, Animaniacs get their Bruiser Camp, with now Spooky Ghosts getting their own. Often you see these being picked up either really quickly or maybe delayed to counter push one of the objectives. We do have Sylvanas using trait and to briefly turn off the towers. Don't think they're going to be able to get them off for too long. We do have both towers go down, so middle lane being softened up a bit. Yeah, bulking up to a Garrosh to get a Globe usually does not end well. That usually is one of the first things you learn in HOTS. Think life. With now the Bruiser camp of... Oh, we do have now Varian with Taunt. Anduin getting tossed out. With now the toss on Django being chunked by Falstad, not able to secure the kill. And that's when, if you are Animaniacs, you do want to be careful and not forget that they have a Garrosh. Or at least be very mindful of when his toss has been used. We do have Garrosh trying to flank, does secure the toss, and we'll get a kill on Vala being focused. Now with that, Sir Watson in the middle, but with this Mark able to get quite a bit of sustain and, well, do quite a bit of damage. We do have a 33-42 gem turn-in advantage. Both teams do have turn-in. No matter of who gets the first one, and it looks like it will be Spooky Ghost. So let's see how they go about in defending. If you are Animaniacs, looks like they're sending 2 top. Varian mid for now. We do have Malto going bottom. First objective tends to not be too powerful, especially around 5 minutes, so Sylvana's going to be able to do quite a bit of work. We do have the toss on the Varian, but then the pull from Maya getting focused down, but with Deckard being able to get away with 500 or so health. Members of Animaniacs quickly able to dispatch of that middle objective. And then top also doesn't get too much. And a very solid defense. Obviously, if you played HOTS long enough, there's always a case to be made on, with Malteo being tongued, but able to use his Mark to escape. We did see the taunt go out on Anduin, but able to get ally tossed with Garrosh being focused, able to get pulled with, nice toss! The Varian, you could just walk up. Okay, he's able to, I thought he was stuck, but they did soften up. We do have 10s online. With that, they are gonna get their turn in, it looks like. We do have Reign of Vengeance Vala, Shield Wall, Last Rites, Lord NATO! Yes! I love it. And my control, you never see meme NATO. We're gonna have a meme NATO. Deckard Cain. Immediately, we do have Animaniacs focusing that top lane, pushing with Sylvanas Trait. 10's online for Spooky Ghost. We do have Light Bomb, Gust, Containment Disc, Isolation, and Wardlow Sound. We do have the toss and toss. We do have the NATO coming out. Members on both sides low. With that, we do have that bottom defense, but all the while, mid gets chunked. And if you're me, you hate to see that. We lost mid lane, boys, but thank God we saved bot. With that, do we do retreat? And we do have turn-in on the sides, both sides actually, but looks like Animaniacs getting their camp to help maybe counter push Dahaka moving bottom with to get that bottom siege camp. Now all members around bottom or so. We do have the turn-in by Animaniacs, and if you're not careful, they're able to get. They just eat 8 more. We do have the tongue on the Varian Light Bomb combo, and they getting tossed and gusted back into their own keep, but Light's right, and he's yet. No, he doesn't have leap, or the agility, I should say. Naya does go down to the last rites, with Animaniacs only needing 8 more for the turn-in. They're on Django. So Watson moving to the top lane. We have Gingerbread Man, thanks for the follow. Spooky Ghost trying to get their camp out now, but meanwhile, Animaniacs able to get their own turn in, and now looks like they're posturing to push with that Sylvanas. And looks like they'll get a big chunk of it. A taunt going out on the garage, popping unstoppable, but does get mind controlled after it goes down. We do have the toss and taunt, but able to barely get away. With that, we do have top going down. Haka looking to maybe try to save what they can from bottom fort. But you gotta be careful, because now when you have objectives on keep, you know, it's almost a situation where you just gotta give the fort in exchange to save keep. And with Sylvanas able to continue to use Black Arrows to get value on that top keep. Garage trying to get an engage, but is taunted and pulled. Dahaka digs, misses the isolation, but we do have Maev's containment disc land on Sylvanas. Django will be going down. Members of Spooky Ghost with the pursuit. Light Bomb comes out, stuns the variant, and will be going down. With keep with only 1,000 health. Not much of a damage there. Needed. Although, Sylvanas a little aggressive there, but likely has the ability to get away. 16s. Almost online. We did have Spooky Ghost able to get their own turn in. Now looking to flip this around. Sylvanas does get caught. And will go down, and not something you want. We do have now the taunt on Malthael, but able to uses inevitable and remove the taunt. We have the members of Spooky Ghost focusing on bottom lane now. Malthael goes in, but will be stunned by the light bomb. And will go down. Yeah, Hoku, thanks for a Volt. I always say leap. Mid crashing, getting some value. Bottom is secured. Now the members of Spooky Ghost moving to get some value. Sylvanas able to free clear top, but this is a 4v5 and technically 5v3, I should say. You want to be careful. Looks like they are going to be able to... No, they're not. You do see Lornado going out and dissuading a further push from the side of Spooky Ghost. Animaniacs quickly get their own cruiser camp. Haka trying to fish for a potential body in that bush. No one was there. Potential. Oh, toss and tongue and drag, landing on Mato, able to use this defensive to get away. Now, containment disc. Was that? No, it wasn't. It was containment disc that went out. Did it not land? Both teams have 16, but with lanes pushed in a bit, Spooky Ghosts having to give up their bottom fort, and Animaniacs in a very strong position with about a half a level lead. Spooky Ghosts are able to get their turn in with Maltiel being chased. He has used its trait again. And that trait is defensive to be able to get away, but now goes back in. We do have members of Maniacs going down. Maltiel so low, but able to sustain himself with his mark. Let's see if Spooky Ghosts can try to get something in mid. That mid spider going down rather quickly. We do have Deckard being tossed and focused. However, members of Spooky Ghosts going down. Deckard still able to sustain himself. Let's Rights on the Garrosh going down. With that, unfortunately for Spooky Ghost, having to retreat.
My power wanes.
Right away, we do see Animaniacs taking the boss. Pretty much securing that this top keep will go down.
This now.
Only needing 7 more for turn in. 26 being secured by Maltiel. You do have Dehaka trying to get some value, but you gotta be careful. You do not want to be rotated on. Likely able to see, I think, most of the members with that boss. Sylvana's able to use trait to secure the last couple shots on that top keep, and now we do have a boss marching towards keep. And the Maniacs now having to get a quick fight. We do have the isolation, I believe, landed. Light Bomb does come out, get a stun. Gus being used, as well as Containment Disc. Core is now down to 80%. And a flip of events compared to game 1. And the Maniacs forced to retreat, not able to secure much more, but able to get a decent chunk. More importantly, now getting that top pressure lane as well as another turn in. Now in 20s online for Animaniacs. Rather challenging position for Spooky Ghost. We do have No One Can Stop Death, Glory to Alliance, Far Flight Quiver, more NATOs, yes, and Dark Lady's Call. The Haka looking to try to get a flank, but opted to back out. And that's crazy. That Dark Ladies makes that particular ult pretty much like a 15-minute cooldown. It's ridiculous. Well, Sylvana's able to use the trait to get quite a bit of chunk of damage onto that mid keep, and it looks like it will be going down rather quickly. More NATOs. Bumping. Oh, we do have silence connecting on the Varian. Swick Ghost did lose their mid keep. We still have bottom. Another focusing their attention to the core. We do have the double toss by the Garrosh. We do have Falstad go down. However, follow up with a death by Maltiel. We did have buyback by Maltiel, and he's on his way. So effectively 2 for 1, but Sylvanas does go down, followed by Django now being tossed and pulled. The core at 28%. Varian doing his best. We do have Maltiel, which could come back, but Not the best. We have at 9%. Oh,
Core is under attack.
if you're Spooky Ghost, do you just go straight to core? Go to core mid? I mean, with a 9% core, it's... yeah, there's not much you can do. They don't quite have turn-in. One of those challenging positions where you kind of have to be mindful of potentially the back door as well as the mounting pressure. Although with a Falstad and a Dahaka, they are well equipped to actually deal with this. And then also join team fights, but... Maniacs almost able to close out and secure Game 2 to tie up the series. Now get their camp. If you were Spooky Ghost, you probably should have tried to be a little bit more aggressive and try to get a pick before all the members of Maniacs came back, but looks like they opted to secure their objective. But Maniacs has been actually really good with their camp. Their camps have gotten quite a bit of value. This mid. Oh, we do have the mind control land on the garage, having to use the unstoppable to get away. We do have 20s online. Thanks internally blue. With the raid, for those who are joining us, we have a match that's coming down to the wire. Division C West, Maniacs, and Spooky Ghost. Game 1 went to the side of Spooky Ghost on Infernal Shrines, and now we're in Game 2. We do have one spider bottom, but now we have that situation where if you are Spooky Ghost, you're going to have to continually deal with, especially top lane. If anything, you need to take down this particular fort to release some of the pressure. We do have an engage near this bruiser camp. Upgraded Gus, getting some value. Will be mind controlled. Valsa goes down, but Maltil in exchange. Little Wolf almost goes down, able to get the isolation and the root. Maltil did return. So again, another effective 2-for-1. Maniacs trying to press the challenge. Little Wolf goes down. And with that, we do have catapults. And it looks like Maniacs are just trying to prevent the retreat, and we will have a Winions. And game number 2 going over to the side of Maniacs. And a great effort in game 2 by Maniacs to tie it up. In this particular situation, a showcase of this time able to carry out their own comp effectively. I guess I'll briefly show you the game summary. We have Vala, Malthael, and Sylvanas leading the pack with the damage, although Falsa and Maya have able to carry some of the damage for the side of Spooky Ghosts. Both healers rather close. Yeah, sound. Maniacs now are going to be playing in their what would be their 6th game of the night. It's a long day. Here are the towns for you to check out. I'll update the stats. We do have now a 1-1 tie. That's a long day at the office, right? That something that was very big note. Malthael with Inevitable End and Sylvanas with Will the Forsaken was able to get quite a bit of value and escape all the different tethers and tosses and taunts and tongues and everything. And so they got quite a bit of value. And No One Can Stop Death was actually used twice by Malthael. So got quite a bit of value from these two talents. Of course, we did see more NATOs. And so, to update those who joined us recently, we did have the following bans and picks as far as maps. Animaniacs banning out Towers of Doom, Battlefield of Eternity, and Spooky Ghosts banned out Cursed Hollow and Braxis Holdout. Animaniacs chose... Spooky Ghosts chose Inferno Shrines. Oh, it was Infernal Shrines being chosen by Animaniacs. It was Tomb being chosen by Spooky Ghosts. Confusing myself there. This is when I need to have all my little stickies to remind me of all the picks. And again, thanks Sound and L'Oreal for the follows. Thank you for joining us. As Sound mentioned in his earlier cast, they played a 3-game series. And now in the match right after, which I'm casting now we're also going to a 3-game series. It looks like map has been chosen. We're going to be going to Ultrek Pass. Animaniacs. Animaniacs looks like they chose the map. So game number 3. Going to Ultrek Pass. Again, going to game number 2. As noted from game 1, Sylvanas getting quite a bit of value. Tomb being another map where the objectives is rather substantial. Sylvanas and the Black Arrows getting quite a bit of value in helping aid either the camps or the pushes with the objective. Looks like both teams are readying up. And we're getting ready for game number 3. It's always exciting to have a game 3. I think pretty much most of my casts this season have gone to game number 3. I imagine either bans or prios of Sylvanas will happen. We do see Malthael being banned out. Understandable. Malthael did get quite a bit of value as far as being able to sustain themselves in middle of fights. Just when you thought Malthael was going to be a gone, able to press Q and practically heal themselves to full health. As well as those late game buybacks. We do see again Mephisto being banned out, although I looked at some of the stats. It looked like Spooky Ghosts only have played Mephisto twice, but it looks like Maniacs decided that's not a hero they want to deal with. I imagine we'll probably see a Joe ban, which has been the consistent second ban. Instead, we do see Vala. Vala, another hero that gets, again, quite a bit of prio as far as picks or bans. And again, we see Greymane. And again, looking at the stats of Spooky, I think they've only played Greymane twice, but yet another hero that looks like Animaniacs does not want to deal with. At this point, it looks like Spooky Ghosts have their choice as far as what they want. A healer. We have Junkrat. Junkrat is open! But we do have Joe. Now being prioed by Spooky Ghost, but now we have Junkrat and Sylvanas. Anduin. Brightwing. Stukov. We haven't seen a Stukov today. Hogger. Blaze. And we have the Sylvanas and a noob. And you can kind of already predict what they're going to do with that. With the noob providing some of those beetles to help with the push of Sylvanas right away. I imagine they're going to try and get a sneaky little push on top or bot lane. The next two picks coming on the side of Spooky Ghost. We do have Tychus and Leoric. Tychus did get banned out. Did quite a bit of work in game 1 for the side of Spooky Ghost, and this time they opted to make sure they're able to get it before it gets either banned out. And Eric, okay, now selecting Leoric. Still have potentially Hogger available. Surprised. Typically you see Hogger picked or banned pretty early. We do see a Maiev ban, so no Maiev fun this match. Will say I did enjoy seeing the Maiev come out. I think it's one of those things that maybe in some future kind of in between season do one of those things where we see in Meta Madness where you can only pick a hero once. So people can't select the same, 10 heroes every match. And we did see Deckard being banned out, so no NATOs gonna happen in this match. Oh, they lost in their first match, match today. And we have and Anna wasn't banned, so now we have an Anna being picked for Animaniacs and a Rexar. I do like to see that. Although you typically don't see Rexar being picked too often on Alterac. And we have an Anduin and Genji. So we're gonna see a Genji Light Bomb. That's kind of scary if you're Nana. Unless you can land a very good sleep. Reminiscent of those, if you ever watched Overwatch. Some very good clips of Anna's putting Genjis to sleep during the Dragon Blade. The final pick for Maniacs being Gul'dan. So are we gonna see a nano boost Reign of Chaos? Please. I would want that. See you shortly. Alright, put up the prediction for you all. Start off with the side of Animaniacs. We have Sodium on the Anuba rack. Asmodon Trump on the Anna. Sir Watson on the Gul'dan. Django on the Sylvanas. On the side of Spooky Ghost, Rogoth. On the Joe, Boundary X on the Genji. Kaleidos on the Tychus, Little Wolf on Anduin. And Eric with a K on Leo. And we didn't see any top lane, bottom lane shenanigans. Although we do have the teams right away split to their, I guess, early respective lanes with Sylvanas trying to get some value bot. Right away, the members of Spooky Ghosts respond to prevent any potential push. We did have Leo and Rexar. Looks like they're going to be doing the double soak game. Although we have Tychus and Anduin doing the siege camp for Spooky Ghosts. With that, we do have Gul'dan. Taking the bruiser for Animaniacs. Obviously, the name of the game is to get this siege camp out as much as possible. We do have Misha going down. And although... Oh, Genji! I thought Genji went to the other side and got stuck. I think the animation tricked me, but able to do some damage, get away. Wow, we get Sylvanas trying to get some value bottom, but that Genji able to push away the Sylvanas, at least for the time being. Tyke is able to get quite a bit of damage out on the noob, and although a noob is really good with magic damage, true damage such as that of Tychus really hurts the beetle. We have Sylvanas backing off. Genji, of course, Genji has, 2 HP, so an Anduin heal practically is an ancestral healing for him. We do have Leo getting that soak. Both teams about even when it comes to soak so far. And I'll check one of those interesting maps where, again, if you're able to, at least for the first objective, delay the... Oh, Eric going down and not able to get the heal out and does go down. So we do have first blood being secured by Animaniacs. But going back to what I was saying, a map that if you're able to kind of delay the turn and get some push value strategy, often you do see. However, Spooky Ghosts don't have quite the delay, maybe besides Johanna. But that's why obviously you see Junkrat, Chromie getting quite a bit of value. We do have Spooky Ghost trying to get some value with that mid camp, and Noob trying to get the gauge, misses. And Tychus got focused down, and the second death favoring Animaniacs. Rex are able to get the channel, and it will be thought it would have gone down. However, they're able to secure the first objective. And this is the, I guess we'd say, challenge when it comes to the comp that Spooky Ghosts have, is that Genji doesn't provide much wave clear. We do have Leo, that's pretty good wave clear. Johanna has some, very good wave clear. Tychus, average wave clear. We do see Eric on Leo trying to stop the push by Sylvanas, but Sylvana is able to get quite a bit of pressure. We did see the mid objective getting cleared out, but as I mentioned before, Genji trying to do his best to tickle the objective, but we did see Sylvanas. Looks like Tyke is able to rotate and secure the kill on that Sylvanas, now moving mid. We did have 10s picked up on both Spooky Ghosts right after, so we did have Cocoon. Unleash the Boars. Nano Boost. Is this going to be Rain? Oh, no, it's going to be Haunting. Or Horrify. The bottom team did go down. Sylvana's holding their, we do, level 10. We have X-Strike, Draken Laser, Light Bomb, Entomb, and Blessed Shield. Did not expect Draken Laser, but I think obviously it gets pretty good value here as well. Can help stall objectives. Both teams picked up their own cruisers. We do have all 5 members of Animaniacs being mid, with Leo now rotating down. Sylvanas did pick up Wailing Arrow. And we have the Entomb being landed. Genji! I don't think he used the X-Strike, but Little Wolf going down. Sylvanas able to get that pick. Or was it? It was Gul'dan. We did have Rexar, Sylvanas go down, and then Anduin. So a 2 for 1, or 3 for 1, I should say.
Looks like we're gonna have another prison camp to knock down.
Yeah, no Odin. You can make the argument for both. I personally would say Odin. Literally just because Big Red Button. We do have Spooky Ghosts looking to take that bottom boss with 4 members. We have that being secured. Rex are not able to do much. Spooky Ghost able to get the bottom, but Sylvana's trying to get some value, pushing with black arrows, and Leo kind of forced to slowly try to push him away, able to save the top board with members of... We have Bless You come back with the light bomb, being stunned and securing the kill on the Savannas. Very good sequence by Spooky Ghost, now moving towards the top. And there we have, I guess, the reason why you have the drill. Helps with the burn of the boss. Although we do have that middle camp pushing down that lane as well. Meanwhile, Rexar able to get the timer started now with members of Spooky Ghost rushing to quickly clear mid, although they want to maybe stop this objective as soon as possible. We do have Leo going in. Leo didn't quite select his level 13. Wailing Arrow goes out and connects on 3 members of Spooky Ghost. Now they're kind of split, having to kind of retreat in an awkward way. We do have Horrify help push away. Remember, we have Light Bomb, a massive 5. Was that 5? It was 4. And the X Strike and Tomb on the Goldan. It will secure a 4-for-1. Very good engage there by Spooky Ghost, losing the objective. But at the cost of pretty much wiping Animaniacs. Meaning practically get a free clear. And that's one of the situations you don't want to have, where you secure the objective, but you trade out kills for it and get no value. Meaning you don't get XP or structure damage. We do have Leo, and we did have Leo finally select talents, but will be going down. Light Bomb landing on Lyric, goes down. Cocoon on Johanna. We have the stun by Rexar landed on the Genji to secure the kill, but at the cost of Misha. Leo back up. We do have a 4-on-4 or 4-on-3.5 since Rexar doesn't have Misha. And some very exciting engages by the side of Spooky Ghost. Those light bombs have been on point. Able to secure 2 and 3-person stuns. There was that massive one towards the end of the last objective. This is a reminder I need to install my replay function for the moments like those. I'm just gonna have to rely on people clipping it. We have both teams, looks like, with Light Bomb. Didn't land quite. Rexar took stasis. And now a very good counter engage by Animaniacs. Diving under tower, but Savannah is able to turn it off with Black Arrows, and members of Spooky Ghost getting low and Wailing, massive 5% Wailing Arrow, and all the members of Spooky Ghost really low. We did have Leo go down, and Johanna, oh my god, no, Little Wolf, and able to get away. Fortunately, that was actually very scary if you were Spooky Ghosts. Potentially all 5 of them could have been wiped there. But Leo, the only one that went down. Spooky Ghost able to reset. Leo's back up in the middle, but using trait to reduce the damage. We did have Cocoon used rather early. We have practically all the abilities. Light Bomb engage into the Goldan, and Goldan goes down with the Entomb securing the kill as well, and a noob. The channel being stopped, and with that, we do have Anna. Savannah's backing away. Rex are trying to delay the channel, but forced to back out, and Spooky Ghost able to come back from that push mid. That could have been very devastating, although Animaniacs could have not finished or ended the match there, I should say. That would have allowed Animaniacs to close that XP gap. We do see about one level ahead. Leo trying to stop members of Animaniacs from backcapping the objective, but now with 20s just about to be online, if you are Spooky Ghost, I guess you could push with the boss and the objective, but I wouldn't force it. Yeah, if you are Animaniacs, you want to fight now before the 20s. We did have a light bomb land on Misha only with follow up with a willing arrow. Now Spooky Ghost having to retreat. The pull on the Leo did have Joe about to go down. Misha actually falling back, but we'd have 20s come online and not able to secure anything as far as kills besides Misha going down. We did have Living Weapon can do this all day. Interesting, you don't quite see that often. Censure buried alive and blinded by the light. The last of the objective being cleared by Rexar bottom lane, we do have now Spooky Ghost trying to take that bottom objective. This can be potentially disastrous. Although Misha, is it gonna get leashed? Yes, it will get leashed. That's, I guess it couldn't tell. Looks like now they're gonna try and bait. No, they're re-engaging. I imagine they would want to bait this out, but you have 20s online now for Animaniacs. Misha does go down. Joe is Cocoon, but Tychus goes down. Genji stunned. Light Anduin trying to use. Oh, very nice stun by Joe, able to help heal for that Genji and Anduin, able to get away, but now looks like Animaniacs will turn and be able to secure that bottom boss. I think after it got leashed, you probably want to be in a position to bait. I think if they would have just stayed on it, they would have actually cleared it. But obviously, I have the all-knowing vision, and Spooky Ghost didn't. We'd have mid camp being cleared by Spooky Ghosts. We do have now Sylvanas. A big silence in Tomb. Two members caught with Living Weapon being used, but not enough damage to secure a kill. And we do see Tychus using his turret to help clear that bottom boss. Although I think it wouldn't have been necessary. It's a pretty significant cooldown. I think you probably want to use that to help defend this, but we do have most of the ults available for
spooky ghosts, and we have Leo trying to put pressure on the members of Animaniacs, able to stop the cap on the objective with a 24-second to 0 or 50-second advantage on the side of Animaniacs. They're opting to back off and do their own siege camp. And we do see Spooky Ghost trying to get the objective, and they are going to cap it. Gul'dan, I didn't actually go over the level 20s. We do have Demonic Circle, Rewind, Weathering Barrage, the upgrade to Nano Boost, and Kill Command. Boars do come out. These are the ones that do root. Leo being focused and will be safe for the moment. Anub able to get the double stun on the Leo and then follow up. Light Bomb comes out on Tychus. Genji putting pressure, but will be silenced and will go down. Now we have a 2-0 as far as kill advantage on the side of... Oh, we do have Anub go down though. Anub went a little too far. But with that, I don't think Spooky Ghosts are going to be able to stop this. But most of the lane, at least the top lane, is pushed off quite a bit. We'll see most of the pressure be mid and bot. Leo back up in 7 seconds. Genji and Anub in about 25 and 30 seconds respectively, but we are gonna have a 4v4, although yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if you're Leo, you want to try and engage this. They don't have their tank. Anub actually has been quite effective with those cocoons. You have Johanna trying to see if they can get a potential flank, I believe has been scouted, and yeah, that's what they if you're Joe, you're kind of in an island now. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we have them split. We do have them two members being caught. Light Bomb able to secure 2 kills. That was an awkward positioning. I would have thought maybe they tried to get on that Joe. Instead, they kind of split and unfortunately put themselves in a bad spot. We do have both objectives now marching towards or mid and bottom, but those will be cleared out rather quickly now with the members of Animaniacs forced to kind of back out and see if they can potentially get a pick or something. We do have bottom boss in 1 minute. I think top is
that the best you can do, Frost?
available.
It won't be enough.
So yeah, we do see right away Spooky Ghost looking to take that top boss. I don't know about using the turret here. I guess I understand why it helps clear it a little bit faster, but I think this turret has been lacking as far as its use in team fights. So we do have that middle camp, which will put a little bit of pressure, but I don't think anything much to worry about right now. If you are Spooky Ghosts, we have all 5 members up for both sides. We have Leo trying to get a potential Entomb. We do have Entomb back up. One a Gul'dan, Light Bomb connected on 3 members with Living Bomb, a Living Weapon. Now that sorry, able to secure a kill on Gul'dan again. Was Demonic Circle down? A massive sleep by Anna, but sort of forcing Spooky Ghost to kind of back off a bit. We do have Anub trying to engage, gets a 3-person stun. Leo trying to do damage reduction, blinded by the light being used. Now we have Anub going down. And with that, the core going down real quickly, and it looks like it's going to be a game number 3 and series going on the side of Spooky Ghost. And what a finale. Very, although we'll look at the stats in a little bit. Looked like it was a little
of a one-sided. Spooky Ghost able to secure the 2-1 victory over Animaniacs. See if I can get one of them to join us for a interview. Showing you some of the statistics with Sylvanas and Gul'dan doing quite a bit of damage. However, not able to secure many kills. Often
Hey.
the members of being low, and we have Little Wolf joining us. Sorry, I was muted myself. And first and foremost, congratulations on your 2-1.
Thank you.
How's the team feeling?
Yeah, we feel good.
Yeah, it was a very exciting series. When I went to start out with that game 1, you were able to kind of do what you wanted to do. If you can walk me through your thoughts on that first initial game.
Yeah. What was the game again? It was sorry, I'm just looking at it real quick.
Infernal Shrines.
Infernal Shrines. Yeah. We took a Tychus, if I remember correctly, and a Sylvanas
Yes.
and the Hogger. Oh yeah. We were. I think they drafted kind of a late game comp.
Yeah, with the
So
Zebo.
Yeah, so we just kind of decided that we would just play early game really strong. So the first objective, I think we didn't get much. I'm not sure if we won the first one. I think we did.
Yeah,
but
you
we
got
didn't
the
get a
first
lot
one.
with it. But then by the second one, we just took a keep. So that game, we just kind of wanted to snowball it early. They had Nazebo. Towards the end of the game, it was harder to play, obviously, because of the late game nature of the composition that they went with. But we were just so far up ahead at that point that it didn't really matter.
Yeah, and we did see quite a bit. Yeah, the first objective you didn't get quite a value, but you got the second objective, and with that you got quite a bit of value.
Yeah, that felt good.
And
I was really happy with everybody. I think we played really disciplined that game.
and then able to secure the game 1 victory. Moving on to game 2, we kind of had a reversal where they took Sylvanas and also banned out your Tychas, and so had to do a little bit of a different strategy. I did see a very spicy pick in the Maya.
Yeah.
And so, what were your kind of thoughts moving into game 2?
It was a little trickier. I mean, the Sylvanas and the Tychus I knew were kind of high priority picks for us in that game, and that game felt a little awkward because a lot of the peers that we wanted to play, they either picked or banned. One of them was like the variant originally too. So it was kind of tricky. We kind of came up with that draft on on the fly, and I think the way that game kind of went reflected that a little bit. I do think it was a good like learning experience. I think we need to be better when we're playing against a hero like Malthael, which is why we ended up going for the ban on it. For the second game, I know that they have a pretty strong comp. I think they've been rolling over teams with like Malthael Ana, which makes sense. So it's a really strong comp. So as long as I was happy to give them the Ana for the third game at that point, because we struggled a bit against the Malthael that game.
Yeah, well, it seemed like Maltail was always so close to dying, and then, as I mentioned earlier during the cast, just pressed Q and went to full health.
Yeah, good on him. Like,
and was able to use buyback a couple times towards the end of the match, which kind of, then even if you did kill him, got back into the match rather quickly. So they were able to kind of, pick up the Sylvanas and kind of then flip the, the roles and able to get their push and their kind of objectives to get value and obviously secure game 2. Now moving on to game 3, you selected all 3 maps this particular match. And so what were your now thoughts moving into game 3 now that we're having the last and final game to secure the victory potentially?
So they took the because we won priority the first game in terms of after we won that one, so they took the map pick. So the last game of the series we took first pick, which I think was pretty valuable for us.
Oh, okay.
we so the nice part about our team is we have like fairly strong early picks in either Johanna, Tychus, or in certain scenarios Tychus, because he's not always the most first pickable hero. But I think Johanna and Silva are both like up there for us in terms of house like really strong picks. And the way that draft went, I mean, we got one of our strongest heroes right off the bat. It's funny, the 1-2 that they went with was heroes that we were considering as well, whether it be the Anubrak for being able to kind of put pressure on the point on Alterac, or the Sylvanas just for flexibility. So having some of those heroes removed from us just from a drafting perspective was a little annoying. But getting Johanna for us is always a very, very strong thing. Like don't let Greg get Johanna. He's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and Johanna has been one of the highest either picked or banned heroes so far in Division C West, and I think all of NGS. But then, opting to get that was obviously a very valuable pick, especially with the Anduin and Genji able to provide that flexibility of who the light bomb target goes on. But I did want to point out, you had some very exciting engages with either light bomb on the Genji, light bomb on Joe, and Entomb. So some very good plays by Leo by Eric with a K. There was one particular one where he had a very massive Entomb and really started kind of pushing and swayed the match back into your favor. And so I just wanted to commend on your kind of abilities to execute those comps that are not easy to do.
Yeah, Eric's great. He's such a talented player. And it was nice that there's a moment in that game where we were kind of struggling, and a lot of it was that they were being good about the other team was being pretty good about being proactive on engages. But I think that with the amount of engage options that our team had, if we get to engage, we just win almost every single fight in that situation, especially post 20 with Leoric, right?
That's what I always say. Practically at level 20, silence and tomb is a win condition by itself.
It really is. And it kind of showed itself, right? Like
Yeah.
toward the end of that match, we were able to get that silence on the what's his name?
It was Anna and Gul'dan. And Gul'dan was not able to use the demonic circle, which was very important.
Yeah. So and I mean that the ending on the core there, I mean, we still had 2 keeps up, so those kills made a difference in terms of how healthy we were by the time that the core died. So
yeah,
it felt really good.
And there was some scary moments. I think there was one particular engage mid where all of you, Leo went down, and each one of you was like about like 100 health.
Yeah,
and I almost thought all of you were going to be gone. I don't think they could have ended, but that definitely would have maybe pushed the momentum in the favor of Animaniacs.
Yeah, no, it was sketch for sure. Like being able to have having those breathers to be able to have control over the bosses that game was really nice. So us not dying in those situations was just kind of really came in clutch.
All right, but with that, I have no other further questions, but I wanted to open up the floor for you if you have any shout outs or anything you want to say as far as your victory.
No, I'm just really happy with my team. I think we played well. I think we're the first team to beat them, so that feels pretty good, I guess. So yeah, feels good.
No problem. And again, congrats. And again, thanks for the exciting matchup. And look forward to
for the cast, dude. I know that this was last minute, so thank you so much.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, thank you for having 8 p.m. Pacific time games, which align with my schedule. So I'm usually having to cast most of the West Coast games because they're the ones that start at 8. So I appreciate all those 8:00 games that are being. I think yours was like last second, right? Because I didn't see it earlier in the day. Is that correct?
I think the team captain had asked me to like schedule it yesterday night, and then I forgot, and then he scheduled it today. So it was
okay. So because I remember I was looking at it, and typically that's what I do. I'm like, can I get home in time, and I have time to cast? And I saw your match, and I was like, hey, well, I'll pick it up.
Well, this is definitely one of our more exciting sets. So definitely, thanks for the cast. It's gonna be fun to go back and watch it.
Great. Well, with that, I'll let you go back to your team, enjoy your victory, and again, congrats, and look forward to maybe seeing some of the other matches this upcoming season.
Thanks, man. Take care.
All right. Have a good one. And so with that wraps up my cast for this evening. I'm trying to see if there's any other. I think I'm pretty much the last one that's casting this evening as far as matches for NGS. So with that, again, I thank you very much for joining me. Very exciting matchup, 2-1 victory, and then, as pointed out, actually the first loss that Animaniacs had, and with that, Spooky Ghosts inching themselves a little bit closer towards the top. If I could take a quick look at the standings with my million tabs that are open, I can't find which one has the standings that I was looking at earlier. We did have Animaniacs did play back to back, so maybe fatigue could have played a role there. Animaniacs did get a victory earlier, putting him up at 26 points. With that, Spooky Ghost does get 3 points and will move them from 6th place to at least temporarily leapfrog US Army and put them in 5th place. And so, with all teams having quite a few more games left, there's a few teams that have more played than others. There's still a lot of ironing out of the details, but again, Spooky Ghost was able to solidify their placement as far as being able to guarantee a playoff berth. But again, that ends my particular cast for this evening. I thank you very much for those who joined us early and those who joined us after the raid. And thank you for joining me this evening. And I look forward to seeing all of you next time in the next one. Have a good evening and good night, and I'll see you next time.